I thought I played as hard as I can today. You know, listen, Tom Brady's a great quarterback. You know, I never really saw that side of Tom Brady, to be honest. But whatever, no comment. It's over with. I'm done with it.
Okay, he's done with it. Shannon, are you surprised by how Tom acted here?
I am. I'm not surprised that when Honey Badger got in his face, Brady had what he had to say. But when Honey Badger started to run out the field, Tom tracking him down, that's totally out of character from the Tom that we've seen. Now, we know he's not going to back down, but I thought the following and to re-engage, that's something that we haven't seen from Tom. So I am surprised that he did that. I want to know what precipitated this. Obviously, you know, I think I got me an interception of Tom Brady in the Super Bowl. All of a sudden, it gets negated. And then they come back and they run a nice whip right on me for a touchdown. So I don't know what was originally said by Honey Badger to get Tom to react the way he
It had to be pretty strong.
Yeah. So so like I said, well, you know, Tom is not going to say what was said. Honey Badger says he's done with it. So I don't really know, Skip. The only thing I can say, I agree with you with what your original statement was. This should have been offsetting for unsportsmanlike conduct. I don't think Tyrann Mathieu should have got one. When he left, here come Tom Brady. That's fast as I've seen Tom move in a long time. Because he wanted to get whatever he wanted to say.
He did.
He wanted to make sure that Tyrann Mathieu got an opportunity to hear it without any delay. So I am surprised that Tom got so heated and it escalated the way it did. So without knowing the context of what was said, I guess you just chalk it up as the emotion of the ball game. It's the Super Bowl. You just got another score on us, and so now it's 21-6. And for all intents and purposes, it doesn't look like we're going to be back-to-back Super Bowl champs.
Okay, as ugly as this got for a few seconds, I was happy that the spotlight shone on this, because what do I always tell you about Brady that I think most people can't quite grasp? He has an alter ego I call Psycho Tom. Deep down in there, there's some cold-blooded killer going on. It's Jordan-esque, but he camouflages it during the week in this Tom Brady, the dad next door, the lame cliche.
This nice little package.
Yeah, right. I mean, it's just... It's scary to me to see the off-the-field Brady versus that guy.
Well, Skip, because the thing is, you see him show up to the game. He got his sunglasses on. He got a nice Tom Ford jacket on. His nice Tom Ford jeans. And he's walking. He's looking around like, oh, my goodness. He kind of weird. And then like 2.5 hours later, you see him do that. Like, hold on. Where's the guy that just walked in with the sunglasses on?
If you push that button, Psycho Tom will come out. And when he comes out, we're talking about crazed competitor, where I think he loses his head for a second and he wants to fight. If you want to fight, he'll fight you. Now, again, I don't know who would win that fight. He's 6'4", but probably Honey Badger. Because Honey Badger is nicknamed that for a reason, because you know what the Honey Badger...
Exactly.
Yeah, okay. But the point is, something got said to him from Tyrann Mathieu, and I don't know what that was, that detonated a response from Tom that was out of character. I don't know what it was, but it wounded Tyrann Mathieu so deeply that he said, I'm done with it in his postgame, but then he went and tweeted about it. And then he thought, oh, God, because I'm sure he was scanning down the responses on Twitter.
You know how that goes, Skip.
It does.
Anytime, because they don't, I think the biggest thing is that when you look back at it, I don't want to give an excuse to say this is why we lost the game because they threw 15 yards on me and then throw 15 yards on Tom Brady. You don't want to make any excuse. They played better than we did. Like I said, Skip, we were talking about this. I tried to figure out what was said. What did Honey Badger say to Tom Brady that Tom Brady says, hell no. You think I'm going to let you run up the field and get that one in on me?
Nope.
Oh, no, sirree.
No, sirree. So I'm going to read Ty's tweet again that he quickly deleted, and it was out of emotion. And I want to preface it by saying these two players, trust me, they have huge respect for each other. Huge respect.
Totally.
But they both lost their head for a second, and he tweeted, he called me something I won't repeat, but yeah, I'll let the media throw me under the bus as if I did something or said something to him. Go back to my previous games against TB12. He calls him TB12, which is a sign of respect. I showed him nothing but respect. Look at my interviews about him. I show grace. Well, I believe all of the above. But he had said in his post-game remarks, I never really saw that side of Tom Brady, to be honest with you. Well, then he's not watching enough tape, because I've seen that repeatedly in New England, where he lost his mind, ran all the way to the end zone to get in front of the kid from Pittsburgh's face after he'd guaranteed back in 07 that they would win the game at Foxborough. Remember that one? Okay, that guy can come out when provoked.
I think what Tyrann is saying, Skip, is that I've shown nothing but respect. I've never been disrespectful. The guy in Pittsburgh said, "Oh, we guarantee a win, and I'm going to do this. I'm going to get me a pick," or whatever he says, Skip. And so Tom Brady says, "Oh, no, you're not. As a matter of fact, one of the first touchdowns we go is going to do a flea flicker over your head." And so he's making it known. Tom throwing the ball and he takes off running. He almost beat the guy that caught the ball in the end zone, because that's how upset, because he thought about that all week. So I think Tyrann Mathieu was saying, well, hold on. I've never shown the man anything but respect. I don't really think I said anything out of character. I didn't say anything about his wife, about his kid, about his parents. So I didn't think it would warrant a reaction like that. But for that man to take off like he did after Honey Badger, something had to be said that pushed the button that nobody has really pushed in Tom before.
How many times have you seen Brady get so crazy competitive that he ran all the way to the end zone to headbutt Gronk after a touchdown catch in New England, right?
Yes.
What quarterback does that? Nobody ever does that, right? So, again, don't be fooled by the guy off the field who's just flat out corny, cliched and corny, because that guy doesn't exist while he's playing quarterback. It's almost like, as I wrote on FoxSports.com, he is the ultimate wolf in sheep's clothing, because he's just nothing but sheep's clothing until you push and then he'll bite.
Well, Skip, it would be the equivalent if we saw Steph Curry, somebody hits a jumper, and Steph Curry traced the guy all the way down the field and like put his head to head, like, what? So to see Tom, Skip, because Honey Badger's jogging out the field, Tom picked up the pace. No. Oh, I can't let this go.
Did you happen to catch the huddle at the end of the game? Could you hear? Oh, you weren't listening to the sound. Could we maybe hear what was happening? Now, they're about to kneel down the rest of the game, right? And this is Brady in the huddle. No, we can't hear the sound right now. But the truth is, you can hear he is F-bombing, screaming at the huddle, as if the game is still on the line, because he's so out of his mind competing, obviously, against Belichick and Mahomes and history, that he's screaming F-bombs in the huddle as if the game's not over yet. Like, they're going to kneel. That's before a kneel down. What? Before a kneel down? What are you doing? It's Psycho Tom.
Skip, did you see the New England Patriots congratulated Tom Brady? Congratulations to the GOAT. Coach Belichick says, I want to know who sent that tweet out. So he's going to no longer be, he don't work for the Patriots anymore. You're not going to congratulate somebody that's not on this, is in this organization.
You think Belichick watched this game?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
You think he cringed at the end of the game?
He shouldn't, Skip, because he's never gave Tom the offensive firepower, with the exception of that year and a half, 2 years, when he had Randy Moss. But Tom Brady, and I said this, Skip, Tom Brady has never had this kind of offensive weaponry at his disposal.
Not ever.
Now, it took him to the ripe age of 43 to get it, but he got it. And so, Coach Belichick, you can't, Skip, you cannot be mad. If someone leaves a relationship and they get something that you could not provide in that relationship, how can you be mad at that person? You can't be mad, Skip. I left for a better opportunity. I asked you on several occasions, this is what I need you to do to keep me happy in this relationship. Coach Belichick either could not do it or was unwilling to do it.
That is true.
So don't be mad at Tom for going on and finding him a new boo and being living happily ever after.
So at the end of the game, I tweeted, "Eat your heart out, Belichick, if you have one." I don't know if he has that.
But you know, Skip, now you know, I think they're like $45, $50 million, maybe like $40 million on the cap. You know he gonna spend all Mr. Kraft's money. You know he going all in this year, right?
And meanwhile, Tom Brady, who was the greatest bargain in the history of sports this year at $25 million base.
No, he's the greatest bargain in sports history ever. all the pay cuts he took.
No, what I'm saying is he signed a 2-year deal at 25 and 25. Watch him say, I'm going to extend, but I'm going to take even less money.
Yeah, they probably go ahead and say, this is what we're going to do. We'll extend you another 2 years. We'll give you like $55 million bonus money, and then you play for like $5-10 million. But that's what's going to happen.
And maybe that would give him a chance to keep Chris Godwin. Maybe.
Yes. Ooh. If all things being equal, I'd rather keep Shaq Barrett. Because I can get Antonio Brown to replace Chris Godwin at a bargain price.
And remember, Scotty Miller's still there.
Yes.
Tyler Johnson's still there. They did nothing last time.
Yes. That's what I would do, Skip.
I normally like your relationship analogy, Shannon. I just don't know if Bill's happy for the guy. I think there's a little jealousy
Well, you can't be disappointed because you couldn't get a man what he needed.
Well, you know, you move on. You don't celebrate the wedding. You're not happy for them. I think you're a little bitter. I think he was watching a little bitter last night, and I would have loved to see the visual of that. Guys, we have so much more to get to. Did Tyreek Hill provide season-changing bulletin board material for the Bucs earlier this season? We'll explain.